Good morning to you there. It's a very overcast morning this morning, but I'm going to hurry and give you a review from what I did yesterday. So yesterday was an extremely busy day for me because I ended up planting 6 fruit trees in the backyard. Busy, busy, busy. I was a busy bee yesterday. Queen bee? Busy queen bee. I'll take it. So, bit overcast, right? But I won't reject it. Yesterday was a high, I think, of 98. I may be exaggerating. Maybe it was 92. I remember when I went out yesterday morning to get some supplies, I think it was 92, but that was in the morning too. All right, so I planted, remember I was saying that I didn't know where to put things, and do you know what I decided? I'm just gonna let the backyard tell me where to put things. So wherever I see bare ground, and it looks like a convenient site, like right there looks like a convenient site to me, right here. So I think I'll put a tree right here. I don't have any peach yet, so this may be where one of the trees go, like a peach. I was looking at some peach this morning on Home Depot to see if I liked any of those, and researching to see if any of those varieties are disease resistant. I don't know much about prune trees, peach trees in terms of their resistance to diseases. Yeah, so like right here, I would say a perfect site. So actually, it makes sense because if you look along the back fence, there's a lot of bare spots. You can just see the dirt, the ground. So likely, very likely. And I confirmed with Mike yesterday about just letting the yard tell me where to put things. And he said, yeah, seems like a good idea to just put it in the bare spots. All right, so here I go. First tree here. This is the pear. This is the 3-in-1 pear that I planted yesterday and watered in. Please, please, please take root and do well back here. So it's a 3-in-1 pear, right? So it's a Moonglow. I've seen Moonglow on Sean Hayes. This is a British gentleman that I watch on YouTube a lot, even though lately has not been putting on a lot of videos because they used to go to the farmer's market, he and his wife, and they stopped doing that, and I noticed that that took a toll on them, and so he hasn't been putting out much videos. But anyways, he had Moonglow pear, and so I saw it, and it has a nice beautiful shape and color to it, so I'm very happy because Home Depot, I hope I didn't say Office Depot before, Home Depot, they don't really tell you what you're going to get on the tree. They give you a list of possible which is going to be funny later on when I show you the apple trees, but they show you a list of possible varieties that you may get, but when you get it, it's a surprise. So Moonglow pear is one, but you can see this branch that it's on, yay. To me, this branch almost looked dead already, to me. So I hope Moonglow does well because from watching Sean Haynes' video, he's the British gentleman I was just talking about, it looks like a very beautiful pear, and he always talks about how delicious it is. So it would be great to have it in our backyard. Um, the next one's here. So next is Anjou. I have no idea what I'm saying, but you can see it right there. Anjou, Anjou pear. So this has a good, nice, sturdy branch. Sorry, that's the trunk. My apologies. And it even has two branches coming from it, and it's nice and green, so I know it's alive, right? Unlike the Moonglow there, that looks kind of. I know I could just scrape that branch to see if there's some green in it to verify, but I just don't want to do anything to tamper with it. And then there is the Flemish beauty pear. I've never heard of this pear before. So to know that I have these varieties on one tree is quite exciting, right? Yes, I would say so. And when I took this tree out of the box yesterday, I saw that it already broke dormancy, so that's good. Very, very good. Very, very good. All right, so I have my plum here now that I planted, and so you can see more empty spots. And I think I was telling you yesterday that I wanted to put, do you remember what I said? I want to put a weeping willow right here. I think that would be great. All right, so back to the plum. The plum is actually a 2-in-1. And the first one is the French Prune. Never heard of that. Never, never, never. This one as well broke dormancy, which is nice. Very nice. Planted and watered in. Please, please, please do well. And the French Prune now has a nice branch here and a lot of branches coming off of it, which is really good. And then the Stanley Prune, I wonder if Prune is a part of the name, because I know of the Stanley Plum, but I don't know of any Stanley Prune. So I'm going to have to research that. Last night when I got done, I just didn't have the time to research anything. So I'm going to have to research to see if the name is really Stanley Prune, because I've never heard of Prune, unless it was just what they were doing. Anyways, I'll have to research it, right? Nothing to it than just to research it. All right, so this broke dormancy, which is great. All right, I'm going to have to train that down like that. That's my plan. All right, so let me take you over to the twin apple tree sisters here. So this is what I decided to do. So this was a pitcher's mound because the previous owners in this backyard, their son was a baseball player. And I think they had this as like some practice pitcher's mound. And so perfect. So I had two apple trees, and so there they go. So these are the sister apples, or brother apples. All right, so here's the funny story about these apple trees. This one is actually a 4-in-1, but I only received 2 tags. Sad for me. So what does that say? I don't know what the others will be, so I'm going to call them to find out so I can figure out what's going on. And then there's only this third one here, and then I have these 2 up here, but shouldn't it be 4 branches if it's a 4-in-1? I mean, that's what I would say if it were me, but it's just 3 and then these 2. So maybe these 2 are one of the varieties. And then obviously this is another variety, but they did not tell me what. So what are the varieties that they sent me, which I'm very, very happy about. So I have a Liberty. You know that insurance commercial, right? And then I have HoneyCrisp. Oh, goodness gracious, HoneyCrisp. So I've heard Liberty is very disease resistant. I've heard HoneyCrisp is not that disease resistant. So this year, backyard farmer will have to learn what to do to prevent these trees from diseases, and if they do get diseases, to mitigate those diseases as best as I possibly can. So please keep note of the fact that I said that I have a HoneyCrisp here, and this one is 4-in-1, but I only have 2 tags. Why is the video getting so... Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, there she goes. HoneyCrisp, yellow tag. Liberty, orange tag. What do we have here? We have a 3-in-1 apple with just 1 tag. So they did me the same wrong as they did over there. And guess what? Another HoneyCrisp. I mean, did I really need another one? Of course I did. Can't have too much. Of course I needed just to identify the very same one that I have before. All right, so good news on this one is that... Why is it getting so blurry? I'm sorry about that. Good news on this one is that it does have 3 branches, right? And this is a 3-in-1, so that makes sense. But I don't know what the others are. And for all I know, it could be another Liberty. It's something else. But I just really, really hope that one of these varieties end up being a Gala, because Mike, that's his favorite apple, and I very much would like to please him with this gardening. So I want to grow a Gala for him for sure, which is making me think now that I'm just gonna go buy a Gala, stick it somewhere just to make sure that he gets his apple that he likes. Funny thing is, I'm not a big fan of pear. So really, that pear tree over there is really a labor of love for the husband, you see. Pear, remember that one? I do love Plum, though. He loves Plum, too. So the Plum will serve us well. All right, moving on. So this is Bing. It's a dwarf Bing. So inside the innermost part of the yard, I'm going to do, if I do fruit trees, which I'm doing here, they will be dwarf, so they can be short, nice, and conducive for the space. Because while I don't really care about dwarf, semi-dwarf, standard, and all those things, I mean, it does make a little bit more sense to just plant something that's more conducive for the space that it's in, so that you're not overrun with maximal growth, and you don't have to be pruning and cutting back so severely all the time. So this will just grow to the space requirement or limitation right here. And in addition to that, any pruning that I'm going to do here to keep it at a little bit, I think I'm going to keep it a little bit above this height, not by much, that it will just do well, because it was bred for that type of limited growth. So this is the dwarf thing. I'll put the tag in the front. Why does my neighbor want to do that right now? Alright, so that's the dwarf thing. So really quickly, I'll just show you the black pearl cherry right here against the fence. This is actually a standard. cherry right here. Since it's up against the fence, this one can be larger. Black pearl cherry. I ordered a 4-in-1 cherry that is supposed to come September 7th, I believe. I'm gonna wrap up really quickly. Black pearl cherry right here. It broke dormancy already. Nice. And then, as you can see, this one has already fully broken dormancy and has the leaves out and everything, which was good. I did like that when I opened the package yesterday and saw it. So I planted all of these yesterday. Whew. It was a lot of work, but it was good. I enjoyed it. When I was done, I was like, yeah, let me get my peach. And then I'll figure out what I'm doing with the vegetable garden over there, and then figure out how I can help Fia with her flower garden. So I think that's gonna be, yay. It's gonna be my next project. All right, bye.